Android, Linux, iOS, and you can use one PIA subscription to protect an unlimited amount of devices. And we've got a huge GB News discount for you too. Click the link in this video's description and you'll get a massive 83% off PIA. That's under £2 a month, the price of a coffee, and you'll get an extra 4 months completely free on top. Also, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee too. Visit piavpn.com/GB News to start protecting yourself digitally today.
So we must ask ourselves, where does this end? If we can't speak freely in our local pub, where can we? Are we content to live in a society where every word is policed, every joke scrutinised, and every opinion filtered through the lens of political offence? This bill is not just an attack on pubs, it's an attack on British culture itself. Our pubs have always been more than just places to drink. They're community hubs, places where ideas are exchanged, where friendships are forged, and where the spirit of free expression thrives. By turning publicans into speech police, we risk losing this vital part of our cultural heritage. Moreover, this bill completely misunderstands the nature of pub banter. The vast majority of pubgoers are not out to cause offence or to harass staff. They're there to relax, to socialise, to escape the pressures of daily life. By treating every conversation as potentially offensive, we risk creating a climate of suspicion and fear that will destroy the very atmosphere that makes pubs special. Let's also consider the impact on our already struggling hospitality industry. Pubs have faced unprecedented challenges in recent years, from changing drinking habits to the impact of the pandemic. Now, just as they're starting to recover, they're being saddled with this additional burden. How many more pubs will we lose because of this misguided legislation? Now, the Labour Party claims to be the party of the working class, yet this bill shows a fundamental disconnect from the realities of everyday British life. It's the kind of legislation that could only be dreamed up by those who are out of touch with the concerns and values of ordinary people. This bill threatens to turn our local watering holes into surveillance stations. It's an extension of the stifling atmosphere we're already seeing in workplaces across the country, where people are afraid to speak their minds for fear of offending someone. Earlier today on GB News Breakfast, we spoke to pub landlord Kate Stewart. Let's take a listen to what she had to say.
It's going to be a shock to the system as it's revealed 37 pubs a week are closing down. Now, that's according to the Campaign for Real Ale.
But are pubs about to face an even greater threat in the form of the government's Employers' Rights Bill, where some are warning it will stop staff from joking with customers and could dampen the mood in your local boozer?
Let's talk to landlord Kate Stewart. Morning, Kate. Is this people reading too much into it? Is it really going to stop all the banter?
Yeah, it is. The pubs are the last bastion of free speech where people can come, socialise, sit with their friends, say what they want and have a little laugh. I am not a social worker. I am not a babysitter. I am not about to go and say to people, right, stop, you're not allowed to say this. We can't do it. It's an impossibility. What do they want us to do? Go and put adverts out for banter bouncers and, woke compliance officers? It's an absolute joke. I don't know about people coming in on boats. Get me on a boat and get me out of here.
Oh, no. So the way that the law would change then, Kate, they'd expect you to step in if something was being said that was deemed to be offensive, I assume?
Well, they'd expect you, to stop it immediately, stop that. Probably throw the people out the pub. We've got no customers as it is. So by throwing people out the pub for having a bit of banter, it's just going to be the final nail in the coffin for pubs. I also think as well, that where's this going to stop? Are they going to do this to taxi drivers if somebody says something in the back of their cab, to hairdressers if they say something that isn't, politically correct? It's just going on and on and on, and it's going to close. Pubs are going to be absolutely finished. Alcohol, when you give someone alcohol, they get a loose tongue anyway. Everyone gets a little bit excited, a little bit jokey. That's what has always happened for hundreds of years in pubs. Leave the pubs alone. You are going to kill them. Gone.
The problem, the reality with this, Kate, though, is that I'd imagine most landlords have exactly the same attitude as you, and so this isn't going to be enforced, is it? Because this legislation might say you've got to do one thing, but no one's actually going to follow through with it.
But the thing is, though, Steve, they'll have you in court. You'll be fined and fined and fined, because what they'll do is it's just another money grabbing thing, isn't it? So you can be fined, you can have, you know, they can have more jurisdiction. We live in a country of free speech. That's what British always be. We're losing our whole culture. This is not what British people are about, especially here up north. We love banter. That's all we do. If someone read my WhatsApp groups of my friends, I'd probably be arrested and put in jail. But we love a little bit of banter, and that's what it is. It's going, it's dying. Our culture is going.
And Kate, how would your customers feel about this change in the law? Because the pub, I imagine, is their safe space. It's where they go to let off steam, to have banter with their friends. How would they feel about this change?
They're just not going to come, would you? Would you go and then you're getting monitored what you're going to say, and you can't say this, you can't say that? I'd just go to the supermarket, get a big load of ale and all come to mine and have a drink. That's what I'd do.
Yeah, you probably get
It won't be
arrested.
37 pubs shut in a week, it'll be hundreds gone.
Yeah. Kate, good to see you. I'll have a bit of banter down yours, tell you. I'm no
We
good.
should do the breakfast show from Kate.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
inviting ourselves, Kate.
Yeah, we'll be down yours.
Anytime, darlings, anytime.
You're right about Northerners, though, because I'm a bit inappropriate at times, Santa.
Yeah, but we
it's
love
all
it.
comedy.
It's all
just
part of the banter.
Comedy gold, and that's what makes life so good, where you can have a good laugh.
So I implore you to make your voices heard. Write to your MP. Tell your MP that you won't stand for this attack on our pubs, our culture and our freedom of speech. Thank you for watching. This is Miriam Cates. Don't forget to subscribe to the GB News YouTube